Check. Hell. Sure. Okay, I guess I'm. Yeah, but it's doing that. I don't want to do that. How about now? Oh, God. All right, how about now? Apparently, it's the desktop audio. Okay. All right. Well. share or not. I don't know. Okay. Okay, well, I'm live. Let's get rid of this. Actually, let's do that. This will just be my preview. Actually, no, that's my preview. So let's just go to here. Okay, what I wonder is whether or not so I'm doing, let me see. All right, so you should be seeing the picture-in-picture there, right? But the question would be, God damn it, it won't let me do that. muted. All right. Well, as usual. Oh, oh, that's why. Okay. They keep doing this where they keep doing this thing, whether it's OBS or YouTube or Facebook, or they keep changing their parameters and their how things work in general as far as doing live. Your outputs, your inputs, your goes ins and outs, is in for audio and desktop audio and all this kind of stuff. And it's just kind of maddening after a while. They're just like, I have a setting, and I save the settings, and then those don't set it. Those, I do an update, and then the settings don't work again. What the fuck? Anyway, so not that it fucking matters, because there's nobody else online with me here, so who cares? Is what it comes down to. Really? Yeah, there's absolutely nobody here. So, whatever. Yeah, so I got people liking the link, but they're not online with me, so I'm not sure what that means. Because if you click on the link, does it bring me to the YouTube channel? Let me just make sure. Okay, yes it does. Anyway, so it does. Anyway, so I'm here. I'm fucking here. I just, felt the need to kind of manifest. One of these days, maybe I'll do this for a living. Or maybe the universe will allow me to do this for a living or whatever. And I'll be able to do a show or podcast or something like that in lieu of what my current life status is. Which is mostly about me getting older and, far be it from me to, besmirch the work that I do, because it's not like it's bad work. It's just, I'm 21 years into it at this current position, and 40 years doing the similar work. Obviously, tech work, music work, producing, engineering, obviously the producing, engineering, the album work, music work has brought me not enough money to live. I don't know if that's, on me, or is it just luck or whatever it is. I don't know. Maybe I just am just, I don't know. I could blame it on a lot of things. I mean, my health has been not the best in general for the past 20 years on a number of levels, both mentally and physically. And unfortunately, those things are starting to come to more of a head as I get older, of course, because that's what happens when you get older. And then what's even worse is that on some levels, there's certain levels where your mind and your mental capacity is sharper because you're more aware of what's happening to you. Whereas when you're young and stupid, you kind of don't know. You're kind of blissfully ignorant somewhat. That's the downside of being young and stupid, obviously, is that you're blissfully ignorant about a lot of stuff. And you make stupid decisions like I've done. And then you get older and you realize, wow, I made a lot of stupid decisions when I was younger. I'm older and now I'm paying for those decisions. So, we can't fucking win in this universe. That is the yin yang of this universe, apparently. So, anyway, the idea that I just felt the need to get online, put it out there, be live, throw my voice out there for good or bad. That's all I can do at this point. Until potentially someone decides that, hey, maybe we could use this dude's voice, for something, whether it's voiceover work or again, radio hosting. Again, for the longest time, I had a I've had a long-standing, sorry for the yawning. It's like because it's 8:40 and I should be asleep by now, right? Ugh. On a Friday. Um, long ago. I mean, we're talking, high school, pre-high school. Always had the thought process of I wanted to do some sort of radio show, like midnight to 5 o'clock in the morning radio show for all of the truckers rolling across the countryside on an AM radio station with, playing classic hits and talking about nothing in particular and everything in general. And maybe that's what I need to call the fucking podcast, right? It's one of those things I've always had in the back of my head to do. I really would love to do that. How does one manifest that these days? So, I mean, what's interesting is that the irony of 2022, almost 3 now. I can do this from my house. I can literally broadcast something from my house via the social media waves or whatever. And I've looked into getting my own radio frequency online, which is not, it's not an impossible thing. It's a thing that people are doing. And it may be the kind of thing where I fucking throw a Hail Mary pass and just like do it and see what happens. I don't know. I mean, I've been doing that a little bit with little to no real bite, but it may just be that. But I'm not talking about anything. I'm just hearing myself talk and yawn. So that's because that's pretty much all I kind of can do is just talk and yawn about my own experiences, and hope that maybe somehow they resonate in some fashion. That's like I said, that's kind of really all I can do. So yeah, I don't know. What is anyway, so I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to mitigate, trying to manifest, trying to do all this shit, and all I can do is put it out there. More than likely, again, these will be files that get found in hundreds of years in the future when the human race has died out or have killed itself, and the aliens come down and see all of this technology, and they see all these recordings, and they see all of this content from the human animal, and they try to make some sort of hay of it, and the aliens will look at this, and the irony would be is that somehow whatever it is I'm talking about will be popular with the aliens 400 years hence, and I will become a hit, much like Bach is a hit these days, or Mozart for that matter. Not in any way am I comparing anything I'm doing up here to Bach and Mozart. Believe me, there's nothing even close. It's just the idea of content, digital content, like. Though a lot of this content may just get wiped anyway when the polls reverse. I'm just a bundle of sunshine today, aren't I? I'm a bundle of sunshine all the time. And again, maybe that's Joe Auger, bundle of sunshine. I should start writing these down, actually. Because I think most people that know me, they know I'm not necessarily a bundle of sunshine. However, I'm in a situation where I just feel like my time is done. I've done all I can. I've given all that I can to my current day to day. I've done what I can. I don't think I can do anymore, to be honest. And I'm trying to be status quo, trying to follow all the rules, all the new rules, all the new directives, and the way things are going, and I'm starting to get too old for this shit. I'm set in my ways. I don't like change. I don't like some of the changes being made, and there's nothing I can do about it. I don't have the juice to say, no, I'm not doing that way. My fear is that there's going to be a day where I just kind of go, you know something? I'm not doing that. I think I'm out of here. Let's just put an end to this, and just, let's just move gracefully forward away from each other, and that way it's less of a problem. Now, that's, I don't want to burn bridges. I certainly don't want to make enemies, and I certainly don't want to cause strife or whatever. However, it's harder and harder every day to put a mask on that I'm some happy-go-lucky automaton that's just going to happily do all this work and not be either true to himself or indeed true to the people that I'm working with. I can't be that person. I'm not a McDonald's employee. Okay. If I see an injustice from being perpetrated on somebody, I'm going to fucking say so. Some people aren't going to like it. Tough. And the thing of it is that I've kept quiet about a lot of stuff, unfortunately, and a lot of people are, and that's what I don't understand. So many people are just keeping quiet. They don't want to cause trouble. They just want to come to their jobs. They want to do their work. They want to go the fuck home, and then get their paycheck. That's all they want. And then you get the few people who are just they just want to cause trouble, and I'm sure there are probably some who feel that I'm that guy. I don't think I'm that guy. Listen, again, I'm not a bundle of sunshine. I am grumpy at best on a good day. But the thing of it is that there's a difference between grumpy and realistic. And I'm a realist. And on a day-to-day basis, I see a lot of bullshit being peddled. And I don't mean the education. I mean the politics around the workplace. And I just feel like I feel less that I'm serving people rather than serving a system of rules and regulations. I mean, those of you who know me as someone from Meatballs Fluxus, one of our greatest hits was called Rules and Regulations. And it was literally a real handbook of rules and regulations from various corporate entities. And I just feel like I'm really doing myself and others a disservice by being there at this point. I feel somewhat of a liability just from my mere presence. I don't know. So, maybe that's all me. I'm certainly I certainly don't, I just don't shy away. And the thing of it is that when one is told to shy away, when one is told to literally dumb it down or play stupid or, in essence, lie, I'm not cool with that. I'm not. I'm just fucking not. And, if someone's gonna act a certain way in front of me, I'm gonna fucking say something. Hey, listen, people have no compunction about telling me how I'm acting in front of other people and in front of them, because they don't like my attitude. It's like, well, something that's the irony. The irony of that situation is that, well, this can go either way. This can go two ways. I think some people's idea of professionalism is another person's idea of playing the game. And I've played the game for the past 20 years, and I think I'm just done playing the game. I don't like it. I really don't like it. And it's a shame, because it's not like, the work itself is, and for the most part, most of the people are, they're doing, they're just there to do a job. They're in the same slog I'm in, but, people are trying really hard to keep their morale up. And the cracks are showing, man, for everybody, and everybody's trying really, really hard on a day-to-day basis to keep their shit together, and to play the game, and it's just getting harder and harder to do. And initiatives to try and relieve stress end up causing stress, which I think it's like, how do you approach that? I don't know. This was not meant to be a rant about that stuff, my daily stuff. It really wasn't, but that's unfortunately what's very, very close to my mind, because it falls directly in the path of what I want to do with my life. I'm 57 years old. I'm going to be 58 in January. I'm not getting younger for sure. I'm certainly not getting fitter. I need a job that is not going to sap my energy, both mentally and physically, on a daily basis, to the point where I can't recover long enough on a weekend to be ready for the next fucking week's go-round. That's where I'm at, and I really, really am trying to manifest the fuck out of my life so that I can do this, for good or bad. I'm not looking to make everybody my friend. I'm not looking for everybody to like me or like what I do, whether that's musically, creatively, whatever. And I know musically right now, I'm not doing a lot. And I'm trying to get my head back into that game. But I tell you what, it's hard. It's hard knowing that, like, I'm going to have to put everything away on a Sunday night and go to sleep and wake up on a Monday morning and not be able to wake up and do the shit I want to fucking do with my life. It's a bitter pill. It's not where I thought I'd be when I was, well, to be honest, I didn't ever think I'd be 58, let alone 40. So, yeah, I guess this is, I don't know. So, anyway, so manifest. Anybody out there listening knows somebody who needs a fucking voiceover artist, male, white, aging white male, then you have them contact me because I'm your guy. I only ask for reasonable wages. I'm not looking to make millions here. I am looking to just pay my fucking bills and pay my mortgage and my and all that shit. That's all I want to fucking do, and just in essence, be left alone somewhat from the day to day, because I work better that way. Anyway, so the other reasons to get online tonight, live to nobody but myself, is regarding my health for sure. There's been some issues, various issues. The one that's sort of coming more to a head first, it seems, because it seems like it's a race now, is my sinus issues, which is basically that I have been, it's harder to breathe, especially trying to sleep with the CPAP machine. I have a perpetually stuffy nose, and it's not just triggered by allergy stuff, though that's certainly not helping. It is that time of year for sure. Things have just gotten worse and worse and worse, to the point where I can't breathe very well. Or, it's not the kind of breathing one would expect from, someone, especially somebody who doesn't fucking smoke. You know what I mean? It's like, don't drink, don't smoke, and it's like, and I'm still sick as a dog all the fucking time. It's like, it's talk about cruel irony. Is the whole point of like trying to quit all that shit is so that I would have been more healthy, both mentally and physically. Don't work out that way. So apparently, physically, mentally, had nothing to do with anything drinking that I was drinking or smoking. That was just sort of, window dressing to cover it up, I suppose, to myself. Anyway, so first thing is that's coming to a head sooner than later, probably before the end of this year, will be a major surgery on my face, which probably means I'll have to shave my beard and my mustache, and I'll be a bald motherfucker, which would probably be fun just to do, just shave the entire fucking head and face, just like down to the fucking bone. So because they're going to have to, basically what they're going to do is they're going to do, I forget what it's called, so basically the problem is this. So I have a deviated septum. Apparently it's more a genetic thing than it is, as far as, I've never had my nose or my bones in my face broken, as far as I'm aware. It's just, as I've gotten older, it's just gotten worse. But also not only that, but my sinuses are inflamed all the time and swollen to the point where the nasal passages and the airway passages are just not clear enough. And especially when I try to sleep and lay my head down, the whole airway collapses in essence. And the CPAP machine actually doesn't help. So I'm not sleeping very well. So I'm a little all over the place in that regard. So anyway, surgery on my deviated septum and my nasal passages, my sinuses. And apparently it's a major surgery. They put you under general anesthetic. I will be intubated. So they shove a tube down my throat, between my vocal cords, which I am not happy about, but that's what it is. I've just, unfortunately, I've heard and have far too many stories in my head of people coming out of surgery and having their voice being permanently altered, and not in a good way. And the doctor was forthright saying, well, it's always possible, but, he says it's a rare thing. It's like, oh, okay, but, so either way, I'm not sure what happened there. So anyway, I am, I'm not happy that I have to have the surgery, but unfortunately, if I want to continue above ground for a little bit longer anyway, I need to have the surgery so that I can clear my nasal passages. I have a sneaking suspicion I might also have asthma, potentially. Got to see the doctor about that, so see if there's anything to do about that, if anything. But otherwise, anyway, so that's where that's at. So at some point before the end of this year, I will probably have a big fucking bruisey face. Hopefully, my voice, I will still have some sort of a voice left. It may sound different. I'm not happy about that. But who knows? Maybe the universe is doing this on purpose so that my voice will be different but better, just enough to be sort of like maybe this is part of the manifesting. So these are the cruel tricks about the manifestation, right? I'm trying to manifest to do this thing that I would like to do. You don't think about the cruel tricks that the universe has to play on you first before you may potentially get maybe what you want, what you manifest, because you can't consider all the fucking universal chaotic contingencies when you make a tall wish like that. That's the problem with this universe. That's, if they say that you can manifest anything you want, yeah, but the problem with that is that humans aren't strong or powerful enough to be able to really pinpoint what they want without dragging along the periphery possibilities, right? So there you go. That's my theory, and I'm going to stick with it. So there's that. That's the first thing. I mean, we'll see. But it's coming. So there'll come a point, and again, I'm saying this to nobody in general, but everybody in particular. That I just felt, like I said, the need to kind of throw it out there, just because I'm a little scared, to be honest. It's just one of those things that I've never had I've had surgeries on my shoulder, my hands. I think that's it, right? Yeah, I think that's it. Obviously dental stuff. None of that I really count, because all of that was fairly like local-ish. Like the thumb surgery that I had wasn't general anesthesia. It was the one where they kind of just shoot you up and kind of make you woozy. But unfortunately, they have to cut my face open, or they have to. Well, they don't cut my face open, but they go in through the nose, and they have to reach in, and they have to go fairly deep into the nasal passages. I may have to get some sort of adenoidectomy, if that's what they call it, depending on what they look like. And those reach back all the way to the base of the skull, where the cerebellum is. Now, there's apparently there's it's not a surgery without a certain amount of risk involved, which is fun, because they're talking about like potential spinal column or spinal fluid leakage if they get too close. You know what I mean? It's like where the things are in your head and in your neck and stuff are, there's a lot going on in there, and God knows if I don't get someone who's doing it right, then God knows. So yeah, I'm a little freaked out, to be honest. But what am I supposed to do? I'm getting older. Things like surgeries are, I guess in my thinking, the only surgeries I was hoping I would ever have to have would be things like on my knees. Those are coming as well, or my extremities, basically, with arthritic issues or bone issues, or, my knees basically falling apart, kind of thing. Those were the surgeries that I was expecting, but nothing involving my face or my breathing or anything like that. So, anyway, so it's out there, it's on here, it's on video. 400 years from now, we'll see if that all comes to fruition. And here's the thing, I'm again, between this and trying to do a refinancing on my house at the completely wrong time in the market. There's a lot going on, and there's a lot I'm trying to navigate, and there's a lot of things I'm trying to juggle all at once. And yeah, it's a little tiring, and it's a little daunting, a little daunting. And so yeah, there it is. There's not really much else to talk about at that point. It kind of is what it is. Yeah, like I said, I'm talking to nobody because I don't want to write this. I'm going to write this down. Talking to no one in general, but everyone in particular. Or do I flip that? Yeah, I'm just coming up with ideas. Potentially, I've been calling the Joe Auger Night O'Clock return, or Night O'Clock is what had been doing this first series of just me online. Again, the other thing I've got to do is I've got to do another round of testing again with the new updated OBS with YouTube, and figure out how to make it so that I can play clips and music and have it come through. And again, normally, like, put it this way, whatever my settings were, they're not working at the moment. So again, they've changed. OBS has updated some things, and so God knows that may have broken up some other things. So anyway, otherwise, it's it's 9 o'clock. I've been on for about 40 minutes. I'll go maybe a little bit longer. Not really much, hell of a lot else to talk about for the most part. Other than, hoping to. So I had been working most of the summer on a new record for Marilyn Mayer, which is up on Bandcamp, which I don't have, or do I have? I don't have a copy nearby. I have one in the kitchen, of course. I do not have one nearby. Anyway, but she has put all of the records that we've done together over the past 20 years up on Bandcamp, so you can go and purchase stuff there. I have 2 projects of my own that I need to finish and just get the fuck out of my life. I've been ranting and railing about them for fucking ever. The first one has been sort of in various stages of unfinished since 1999. So we're talking fucking pre 9/11, whatever. So we're talking what? We're talking 22, 3. Well, by the time I'm done with it, it'll be 24 years. That will have been the longest break between starting a project and finishing one in all of the various projects I've had. Though the second project, which is a covers project, was actually envisioned back in 1988 and kind of forgotten about until I found a cassette that had kind of a first iteration of the songs I was going to recreate, kind of in a faithful fashion, much like Todd Rundgren did on his album, where he did one side of covers and pretty much like kind of faithfully recreated them, like a note for note, the arrangement pretty much the same. Kind of what this record is about as well. However, so I found this cassette, transferred it over, digitized it, and somehow it still worked, and thought that this might still have some merit. So I've started recording that, and it's still a long ways to go in that one, but I'm kind of doing some experiments of how to record it, and kind of go from there. But anyway, as of right now, like I said, it's I would like to have it done for next year. That would be cool. I gotta have both of those releases done by next year. So technically speaking, that would probably be the longest one if that does come out. So from 1988, what are we talking here? 34 or 35 years. So talk about procrastination. Jeepers, I'm a fucking expert at it. Anyway, that's kind of where things are at. That's my life in a nutshell. No one cares. And I'm here listening to the sound of my voice. Maybe, who knows, somebody's listening. Don't know. Doesn't look like it because I'm not seeing anybody online at this point. Basically, everybody is off. Well, it's Friday night. They're probably just off somewhere else. So, the two people that did a thumbs up, well, they didn't, they're not watching, they're just thumbs upping. So, thanks for the support. However, be good to see you up here. Whatever. I think that there isn't much else I can do. But again, just put this out there into the universe and hope that I don't know. Hope that someone sees it, that the manifestation makes sense, that all of these changes in my life will be are going in the right direction. They say something. A lot of people say is like, if to work outside of your comfort zone, and because that's where the real stuff is, and that's where that's where the real moments of manifestation or whatever can happen, or the seeds of like inspiration and manifestation and change are happening in those moments when you're not in your comfort zone, and when you are somewhat ill at ease, if you will, which sucks because I don't know about you, but I think maybe I used to maybe get off a little bit on being ill at ease or being beleaguered or stressed out. I think I was addicted to stress for a long time, and I think again that was a mental dodge to along with the drinking, to kind of ignore the shit that I needed to mentally deal with in my life. And so yeah, I think I was addicted to a certain amount of stress, and unfortunately my current day-to-day tends to trigger that response in me, especially since a lot of what I'm doing is stuff that I've been doing for 40 fucking years. So it's kind of the devil, and it's like it's a way that I've learned how to work doing this work. That it comes from a different time. It's a different place. It's a different set of parameters, and some people don't like it, or some people are afraid of it, or they're just sort of I don't know. They're people are. I don't know. I'm feeling it too. There just comes a point where it's just like, again, I've said before, I think my time is done, pretty much, and at this point I'm just kind of treading water until I can find some sort of foothold to put my feet on and get to shore. And so we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. So I don't know. It's I've been on for technically I've been on for 40 little. Let's see, 17. Actually, it's been more of like a half an hour, 30 minutes, because it was like 17 minutes fucking around trying to get the technical stuff to work. So, and it's a little after 9 o'clock. I think it would be, if there were more people on, I would continue to talk, but there's literally nobody here. At that point, I just needed to vent a little bit. Maybe I should, maybe that's, Joe Auger, Vente, Starbucks nomenclature. Who knows? So I don't know, throwing shit around, writing shit down, see what happens. Anyway, I'll keep people posted. If anybody hears this and sees this or whatever, I'll probably post it in my socials anyway, and people will find out when I'm going under the knife in case I don't come out. We'll see. Or if I don't come out the same, as what it comes down to. I think that's probably more what would happen if something were to happen. I don't know. It's going to be an interesting thing that if I were to come out of this with a different voice. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. So, but I'm not looking forward to it really. But it's going to need to be done. That's all I can do. Anyway, I think on that note, I'm gonna leave it there and see if I'm probably gonna go watch some continue with the latest the prisoner binge. I tend to watch that when I'm feeling the day-to-day beleaguer, and or the grand ennui. And that said, I've also been binging Barney Miller, which is just one forgets what a fantastic show that was. I mean, just so fucking funny, and just the characters and the actors portraying those characters are just so iconic and just so fucking funny. Writing is just fucking top notch. It's just it's just these bottle shows, man. Once they got past the first season where they were doing a couple of location things here or there. It's that office. It's that one little office, and it's just such a brilliant piece. It's like it's like a playlet every day, or every day, every episode, and they play it like that. It's a play. It's a short 23-minute play, and watch it for that, but just also the fact that this was like 1975 when this started, and they're already talking about the inequalities and. Especially for gay people or women, and trying to portray those circumstances in as realistic a light from that time in the culture as they can, without it getting too out of control. And would this TV show be able to be broadcast in its current state at this point in time? Fuck no. Too many people would just be like, and I'm sure there'd be plenty of people, if they were to watch Barney Miller now, would be fucking aghast at, the content and how it was handled. But it's just like, guys, it's 1975. That's where the history and that's where the culture was. You can't just sort of dismiss something because you don't like an aspect of the culture that gets portrayed in a TV show. And it's not like they're championing that part of the culture. They're just portraying it. And I think people are losing that sort of thought process. It's like, guys, it's a fucking TV show. It's like, it'd be different if it was, it's not fucking Tucker Carlson who is like trying to basically, make shit up so that the other side will get pissed off, and then it, you know what I mean? It's not the same fucking thing. So, anyway, so those are the things I'm currently watching, to be honest, or rewatching. Other than that, yeah, I don't, I'm not reading much. I don't read much in general. I tend to read, music magazines, online articles, though I have, or recently I did actually buy a New York Times on a Sunday once, because, I used to do that a lot when I was a kid. I would go to my grandmother's house, and they would always have the New York Times, the Boston Globe, and the Providence Journal for the Sunday. So everybody would kind of congregate at Grandma's house, Nana's house. She would cook and make brunch, basically, or if it was a holiday, if it was Easter, she'd make all the Easter stuff. But it was always a ridiculously amazing spread, and we would sit around all day from about 10:30 in the morning, have brunch, read the papers, watch TV, watch the games, and then into the evening potentially. However late, sometimes to Wonderful World of Disney, and that was the day, So, miss those days. So every once in a while, buying that newspaper was kind of a nice reminder to, this is not a bad thing to sit around on a Sunday with the New York Times and just go through it and just read it and just chill out and relax. So I will. I might just do that this weekend because I actually have the Sunday off, and I haven't had a Sunday off in a couple of weeks. So there you go. All right, I'm going to let this go. So for all you aliens out there, 400 years hence, I hope you've enjoyed this last-minute, slightly glitchy, techie, untechnical episode of 9 o'clock, which may have a different kind of title coming up the pathway, depending. But again, I hope the aliens have enjoyed this part of the series, and I hope I am a good representative of the current state of popular culture as a 58-year-old person in 2022, wherever the fuck we are at this point. I'm forgetting. If I'm not a good representative of a 58-year-old in 2022, I'm not sure what to tell you. This is my culture. This is the culture that I represent, which is that of a shut-in, in essence, someone who's always been a loner all my life, and I'm as enamored of the idea of going to a club or anywhere in the evening to be around people who are drinking. And it's not necessarily the drinking, to be honest. It's just being around people. You know, it's unfortunate because the people that I care about that would love me to be able to go out and see them and stuff, unfortunately, are victim to my propensity not to go out, which I feel bad about. And I apologize about, because I just the idea of leaving the house at, like, you know, I mean, it was 9:15. This would be like in the old days, be like when my fucking evening starts. You know, can't do it anymore. Anyway, that's it for me on Friday, October 7th at 9:15. Now 9:16. I am going to leave off. I will leave this to the YouTube gods to put up on their channel, my channel, on their platform, because Facebook had me in jail, and apparently I've just got like a big long list of things that I can't do. I can't go live for 22 days, and just random shit. It's just like Facebook, man. I swear, they talk about just awful. What an awful platform. I'm just, and the problem is that as of right now, there really isn't anything else. So I don't know. It's just sort of shitty. Anyway, so fuck Farcebook, and I will see and or hear or not hear or see anybody else soon. I'm just rambling now. Time to go. See you later.